Alright, so no intro or outro for this video, but still, if you want to, like, share, comment, subscribe if you want, if you guys feel like it. Sub if you want, or share, like you just said. Anyways, and the same with the other ones, because I have not talked about anything Microsoft. Like, the last time I talked anything Microsoft Xbox Series X and S related was either May or June. I think early June, and I haven't talked to anything about Sony since probably, I think, April at the most. If any of you guys didn't see my reaction to the clip of the episode 3 for Digital Circus, that funny ass little animation, in my personal opinion, real sweet, adorable, funny, absolutely, it has a little cutesy wootsy part, still has real crazy ass jump scares in the first 2 episodes I had. So it's probably gonna be a lot more, because next month is the whole Halloween spooky month. I don't even argue here in the United States, USA, where I'm at in America. It's like September and October is like September's like the unofficial Halloween, and then October gets just way extra crazier. I don't celebrate that thing. My personal opinion, I'm not gonna get into it because I'm not gonna say it has a lot to do with religion or my upbringings, but it's to a certain extent on that point. But anyways, playing some Valkyrie Chronicles, because even though it was granted to the PS4 era, I don't know if anything ever came out for the PS5 thing, but Valkyrie Chronicles soundtrack, I used to play it once or twice back in the day. I don't know if it's still a thing, but whatever. But this sounds really beautiful, and it's always the jam for me back in the day, even though I never talked about it on my way old school backup channel. Critical guy, Rosation dude, man. Which I still have. I just rarely ever use it. I think the last time I used it was about 2 months ago. Anyways, this comes from Jesse Lexman, PS6. It's crazy, we're already talking about PlayStation. It's like, it hasn't even been 8 or 9 years. It's only been around for like 5 freaking years. Everything we know about the PS6 so far is from Jesse Lexman and Sam Hill. So I might read half the article, I might read the whole entire one, who knows. Anyways, yeah, it's insane to me, and just pre-thoughts here before I jump into this news article, news story. How the heck are we going that fast? Like, Sony's just being little money grubber dudes. I mean, I know they're all like that. Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. Whether you're in the old school console verse, you're listening to an old man pretty much, because I'm in my mid-30s. But I feel like I'm an 80, 90-year-old man explaining to Gen Z or Gen Alpha what actual video games were back in the day, before its original time. That preciousness of the time I was. You guys miss so freaking much, man. I'm not trying to preach to the choir saying better than you guys, younger Gen Z, and especially Gen Alpha. I pray no Gen Alpha because they're listening to this. Gen Z, that's cool. Or people my age. You knew what that shit was like. Anyways, without further ado, yeah, let's begin. Let me get off my high horse for a little bit. For real though, let's jump into it. Sounds like we're getting, this comes from Digital Trends. I haven't read from them in like, I think 3 years or 4 years, I don't know. It sounds like we're going to learn more about the next gen PlayStation console sooner or later. Early 2024 sooner, and I know this is a week old, but whatever. Sony Senior Vice President Naomi, I'm probably going to butcher the last name because I don't know Japanese that well, Matsuroka told Bloomberg that the following, looking ahead, PS5, obviously PlayStation 5, yeah, will enter a later stage of its life cycle. While she didn't outright say that the PS6 is in the works, we can assume the company is already looking ahead for the next console. Despite there only being rumors to work with, it's never easy to start speculating about the next gen console. How the PS6 compared to the PlayStation 5, and literally the PS5 Pro was revealed last week. It's wild. I'll get to a separate video on that. Will any of these best games be on the PS5? Ain't their way to the PS6, and what about the upcoming PS5 games that are going to launch soon? Nothing like setting this in stone, but take a look what the future PlayStation might look like. PS6 release date speculation. I'll get to thoughts, use opinion speculation, and at the end, who knows? Biggest clue to the point of the PlayStation 6, PS6, or at least have been planned at one point by 2027. Information comes from official Microsoft court document as part of Blizzard Activision acquisition. I've talked about those fools in the longest of times. So I know Microsoft bought both of them already, so I'm not surprised. At the time SIE launched in the next generation was PS5 console, which is likely to occur around Redacted, it would also have lost the COD series. I'm glad I haven't played COD since 2014, so I get rat's ass about any of those franchises anymore in that part. No offense to anyone who likes Battlefield and Call of Duty, but hey, it's a good time. Unless you were doing old school landline shit from late 2000s, early 2010s. Let's move on. Date is redacted here, but sleuths have connected dots between this and Microsoft offers Sony to keep Activision Blizzard games on PS5, PlayStation, and others until 2027. That would suggest that the earliest Microsoft didn't believe a new PS5, PlayStation would be coming, PlayStation 6 in this opinion, coming before 2027. We look at the past generations, that this frame falls within line of lifespans, and some of the past generations, while also getting several other years before successors showed up. The PS5 launched in 2020, meaning that 2027, once again, leaving a 7-year console cycle. I guess who knows? It's all speculation. It takes us a grain of salt, guys. What's the fun? We wouldn't put money on it for 2027, but anything from late 2027 feels a price. That was from the last one too. I remember in 2018-19, much of a crap storm. People were hating on that, man. Actually, old school Twitter and old school Instagram. Oh lord, it was bad. And the comments from me too was horrendous. But let's move on. Price for the PlayStation 6, PS6 is impossible to even estimate any one degree certainly. Until we know any firm details about what specs are inside it, we can't start running. And a lot of the hardcore PC gamers and all that spec shit. I haven't seen that in like 4 years. I'm rusty as on that shit. And I'm glad I am. Let's move on. And we're based on the past rumor specs. It would be hard to imagine costing less than $700 non-launch that we know that the PlayStation Bright could even closer, dreaded $800 mark. PS5 specs, You guys could look at the specs things. I'll read half of it at least. Reddit has reported that 2024 Intel lost bid design the PS6 chipset back in 2022. AMD should have the PlayStation 6 AMD chips being as reported. This would make the background compatible much more easier since the PS5, PS5 Pro both were run on custom AMD chipsets. We suspect that SSD, or SSI, I should say that, or SSIDs, DSI, will be included as well as major push for the PS5 to nearly cut out the loading times, but no word has been leaked out on that. By the time the PS6 console comes out, this will be also 2-bit terabytes of storage. Should be megabyte ultra, but I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a while. I don't know if that's really big, that's real tiny, who knows. Especially if the console ends up being digital only. It's going to be the all digital future. This shit right here, being all digital only, that's what it's going to come down to, man. That's what they showed with the PS5 Pro. It looks pure all digital. There's no disc cartridge or no insert little like mound like hold thing you could put in and out. No, the freaking discless. The discless shit. I remember in 2019, 2020 when people were making fun of Xbox doing that with the Xbox Series X. It's insane. Some of them. Let's continue forward. Inside Gaming claims have a document releasing on a very uniqueness feature that is being worked on the PS6 and the PlayStation. So it's called PlayStation Spectral. I remember hearing about this. Super Resolution, aka PSSR. This technology reported that will allow only games to run with a 4K or 1K's 120 frames per second FPS, 8K, 60 FPS, according to Inside Gaming. This technology has been confirmed to be a part of the PS5 Pro, so it makes sense that its improved versions would also run on the PS6 console. And that's it. Editor's recommendation, that's Jesse Lennox, so yeah. Thoughts, views, opinions, speculations, bro. Lord. I forgot all about that Helldiver shit. I heard a little bit about that. I heard some other stuff that's going to be more for Nintendo, that they're suing the crap out of that studio that looked like all that fake Pokemon version of that. That's going to be a massively separate and different video. A little like Pokemon with GUNS, with firearms. It came back again. That's going to be a separate thing, but for real, thoughts, views, opinions, speculations, for reals this time. It's a absolute crap show, man. I've seen so many old school YouTubers I grew up with way back in the days from late 2000s or even 2010s. Like, I'm not going to name no names, but my god. It reminds me how old school angry video gamer was, but crazier. Like, Metal Jesus Rocks. There was another dude, Alpha Omega Sins, way back in the day. He's probably not into anyone, but if he is, Those are the ones I grew up with. They were kick freaking ass. They told their reviews like how it was. Nowadays, the main three I usually watch is either DR GTA 5 or Dreamcast Guy 4 or Small Wave, and that's it. But yeah, getting back to this. I don't know how the performance shit's gonna be. I'm probably gonna have to chip in a shit ton more money. Hell, I even heard VTuber chicks talking about it. They were very, very, extremely disappointed. Extremely, absolutely, super, super heated about this. $800 plus the stand thing? The stand thing doesn't even come with it for the PS5 Pro. With the PlayStation 6, I don't know. It might be all pure cloud gaming. I usually used to hear that term being thrown out. Next gen games just gonna have cloud gaming this, cloud gaming that. Everything's just gonna be connected to a fake drone satellite. Who knows? When you want to do your video gaming shit with AR and VR, which I'm not even touching VR at all. Period. I touched it a few times. I don't want that shit to go into my brain completely and just. It's gonna be some real scary ass, in my personal opinion, dystopian future like Ready Player One shit. We're already almost there. I mean, you see it, and I don't really watch it too much. I once in a while with some of these memes or whatever. And these like a lot of these college campuses, mainly here in the United States and Canada, but I don't know how other worlds, European countries are. Third world countries, I highly doubt they have, but they got those little Grubhub, DoorDash, tiny little like robots around these college campuses, rolling around all over the place by themselves. And it's crazy. Those are the ones delivering your food nowadays. And by the time my personal opinion, not even 2030, it might be 2035 or 2040 at the latest. By the time I'm damn near my 50s almost, my late 40s or mid late 40s or the 50s, that's probably going to be the norm. It's barely going to be any humans giving you the stuff. And I can see why. Some human beings are scary as hell. Scary freaking people you don't want to mess around and screw around with. Obviously. To get into my actual point, bro. Back to this shit. I don't know if the specs are going to be any good. I don't know if the 8K, you're probably going to have to get way more ginormously expensive TV. Or you could play it on those projector things, even though those things are like, what, 25, 30K, $1,000 to get. I don't know if any guys saw it, even though I'm getting the Elder Ring, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, or any of those games like that. I know they're huge ass, ultra trending games. I think the last one I remember that came out was earlier this year or late last year. Besides Elden Ring, was another one, Demon Souls or something. That was like last year, I think. Somebody was playing it on the freaking ground. How the hell were they playing that shit in the ground? It was like the screen was the sidewalk and the other half was a parking lot of the street. If the PlayStation 6 ends up being like that, I would not be surprised. That's what I'm predicting what's going to look. I mean, they're doing their anniversary thing already. With the PS1, it's going to look like the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to have that old school skin of the PS1, so they're nostalgia baiting people in my age group. Like, oh, consumers, buy, consume, spend. But that shit's expensive for the PS5 Pro, but the PlayStation 6 is probably going to be like a projection thing. Who knows? Might be a projection machine. I'll leave the link down below. And that's it. Like I said, I'm out of here. No outro, but peace out. My soccer relates to my people's side. Don't take any of the jabs or CRISPR or nanobots or any of that stuff that Big Pharma tries to get you done. Take it easy, everyone. Oh, one last other thing. Had a little bit extra Nintendo news and movie news. There was another Joker freaking trailer that came out a couple days ago. I don't know if I'll ever react to it, but we'll see in due time. Take it easy, everyone. Stay extra safe. I'm out of here. Take care and take more content. See you guys in the next future video updates. Later.